Let's go.
Already so pissed.
Let's go. Okay.
This is nobody's fault but your own. I need you to know that.
All right. Well, no, actually, to be honest, I presented you with 4 movies.
Yeah.
And I don't know why you picked.
Well, the theme was body horror, and you chose this.
Well, look, I told you I've not seen this movie.
A fucking million body horror movies, and you choose the one where.
The one I haven't seen?
Where bad things happen and it's not fun.
I gave you the Rotten Tomatoes rating before I gave you the movie, and you still picked this one.
I don't even remember what the rating was. You said it was above average, though. It was like, what, like a 3 out of 5 or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more than 2.5.
Yeah.
There's got to be something good about it, right?
No. I missed that part. I must have been writing while that happened.
While the good parts? You were writing for all the good parts.
Anyway, welcome to Grindhouse Movie Club, guys.
Matt is very disappointed.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm pretty bummed out, actually. Really bummed out. Sorry, everybody. If you've already watched the movie, I'm sorry. That's
hard apology for this movie because
my bad.
The list of things that are redeeming about it is,
there's none.
There's shorter than the fucking runtime.
No, you're just stoked that what's her face is in this movie.
It's just not even the one that I like out of the two.
Yeah, but look at you go. You're so stoked.
If it makes you feel any better, this movie fucking sucks. This movie sucks.
Hey, don't spoil it. Hey, guys.
Spoiler alert, this fucking movie sucks.
Welcome to Grindhouse Movie Club. It's a podcast where we watch movies. And
of a horror variety.
And then we just tell you the whole movie.
Basically.
That's what it is now. I don't remember what it started as, but it became us vigorously writing pages of junk.
It's been that for several editions of this podcast. Dozens even.
We just try and jam it together to make it the movie, so you don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Well, I kind of figured a lot of people aren't watching these. Now, I'm sure some are.
I hope not.
And I hope they are watching every single movie that we review.
That's dedication, and if you're doing that, wow.
Yeah. Welcome to the roller coaster of hell that we've put you through. Strap in. Make sure that fucking bar doesn't pop up when you hit the drop.
Oh, God. Or maybe do. Jam. When you get to I don't know, let's say 30 minutes into this movie, jam that bar up and jump.
Yeah. You're going to want to be on the fucking roller coaster from Final Destination 3 a third of the way into this movie. You're going to prefer that.
Unbuckle and just starfish.
Yeah.
Just try and hit as many people in line as you can. Mm-hmm. That's the whole...
Make sure you sit at the front. That way your body just bounces down the rest of the seats.
God damn it. Normally if this is your first time listening to this podcast, I feel like this is not a good one to start on. Because normally we're really jovial. And we have nice banter for the first couple minutes.
It's because we have reason for that.
Yeah, right now...
Some enjoyment had just occurred. And now we're recounting the enjoyment. Not so much this week.
Yeah, no, this whole thing is I'm just trying to fill in the intro here.
Yeah.
We're just making an intro out of us. I'm trying not to just dive right in.
Remember
last
time when we did Frankenstein's Army and I kept fucking segueing out into other subject matter so that I had something I liked better to talk about?
Yeah, I'm not even trying to turn onto this highway. I'm actually going this highway.
This on ramp.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going, and maybe we'll hit a Buffalo Wild Wings to stop at. That's the road I'm looking for. Just go to darkroastcult.com.
There's shirts there. They're sick.
I'm wearing one right now. It smelled like vinegar when I got it.
It's a baseball tee. It looks real comfortable.
It is. Go get them while they're there. They're not going to be there for super long, but they're going to be there, and then we'll be able to buy a new microphone. That's the whole idea.
Yeah. End goal being improve the quality of this audio.
If
substantially.
I think it's if 50 of you buy a t-shirt, we would it would be like driving an electric scooter to go into just a regular car. That's going to be the difference of quality.
Yeah. And then the next time we upgrade the podcast, it'll be getting a drop top convertible.
Yeah, and like
Lord knows what that is, but
that's going to be a microphone that hasn't been invented yet.
yeah,
because like it'll be the Joe. This is the Joe Rogan microphone.
it'll be a microphone that's just an implant in your brain.
There you go.
That way, when you speak, it just records it automatically. You don't have to hold anything close to your face.
Yeah, and you can shout as loud as you need to.
Yeah, it auto normalizes.
That's the whole thing. All right.
Why doesn't Elon Musk work on that instead of getting a rocket to Mars like an asshole?
Yeah. You know what, Elon? Get on it, because guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Not all of us want to go to Mars, but
Yeah.
some of us want a nicer sounding podcast when we talk about American Mary, the film.
The venom with which you just said the title of the movie.
Anyway, go to darkroastcult.com, buy a shirt.
It's better than a rocket ticket to Mars.
It is.
'Cause fucking who the fuck wants to go to Mars? You ever been to the Sahara Desert? Picture that with more tornadoes and redness. Don't
less
even worry.
hair.
Less hair, probably.
Less hair, less air.
Yeah, either.
Scorpion pair.
Nice.
Thanks, you fucking. All right.
You don't get to look at me and blame me for this, for what's happened here. This was a joint effort.
Whoa. I wish this was Apollo 18. I wish we watched Apollo 18.
To be honest, so do I. I fucking hate that movie.
All right. So
Yeah, American Mary this week.
the tagline to this movie is how and why.
That's it.
How? Why?
Is that your spoil, or is that just the synopsis?
American Mary. How and why?
Great.
It's from 2012.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
That's all you. I mean, if there's another American Mary, it's probably a better one. If it's a remake of this one, it can't be better. I'm sorry.
I feel like
You don't make this better. This doesn't get any better.
filming a sliced potato for an hour and a half would be better than this movie.
Filming somebody literally polishing a piece of shit would be something I would be into watching.
More so.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or just in general.
If you got it on film, call it American Mary.
Yeah.
Throw
Call
it
it
on
American Mary 2.
What's
Plastic surgery boogaloo.
There you go. It needs a tagline.
Yeah.
You can't just have a second edition and just not. All right. Just
Tried so hard to not talk about this.
So spoil the movie for me because oh Lord, please.
Spoil the movie.
Oh no, here it comes, guys. Watch out.
It's going to be more than 2 sentences because I'm already mad.
Okay.
If you're going to have a rape scene in your movie, there had better be some payoff. And I'm not talking about nothing. All right? I have been very vocal about how I feel about rape scenes in movies up to this point.
Yeah.
All right? You could do a lot with just the implication. And if I have to sit for 5 fucking minutes and watch it happen, the payoff, the revenge had better be immediate and swift. And so when the guy who is the rapist ends up being tortured for his crimes, when you cut away from that, it ruins the entire effect. When I don't get to see what happens to a horrible man for doing horrible things, I might as well have not seen the horrible thing get done.
You know
Whoops.
what? You should have ended the movie right before it happened.
Yeah.
And then you could have just went and watched the girl with the dragon tattoo, but just the ending.
Yeah.
Just the ending part. That's all.
The much better the rape revenge payoff than in this fucking movie.
Yeah, and like you don't even need to watch the rape part. You just go right to the revenge.
Yeah.
That's the only part I want to see. And
Just tacitly understand that a rape occurred and this is what's happening now because of it.
And but no, yeah, absolutely.
Now we're stuck with this shithead.
I think this is the first movie where we've had to sit through it.
I don't. There may have been a sexual assault in the movie previously, but it wasn't nearly as egregious as this.
Let me tell you,
It wasn't just watching a chick get railed while she's high.
Yeah.
For without exaggeration, 5 minutes of that. Well, I don't need that much.
I'm not gonna lie. I literally skipped past it.
Yeah.
So look, it happens in between 33 minutes and like 40 minutes into the movie.
So when you hit the 30-minute mark, just go grab a drink, have a
Yeah.
cigarette, keep the movie playing somewhere else.
Yeah, like whenever it happened, I skipped to 39 minutes in. And fuck it, you might as well skip. You might as well skip to 41 minutes in if you're really gonna skip to 41 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
Miss the entire thing.
Now there's gonna be a lot of confused questions that come up throughout this review from me, because a lot of things make not a fucking lick of sense.
Not a
in
lick?
this movie.
Okay.
Somebody, whoever is in charge of licking sense into people, saved their tongue for another situation.
Their stamps are too soggy, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
There's a cat.
there is one.
Is your mic on?
Yeah,
All right, good.
it sure is.
Then we're good to go. We're good to record this podcast.
You know, I would have been quite concerned 10 minutes in, discovering that my microphone was not on.
You know what? We could have still kept going, and that would have just been the podcast. It would have been fine.
It's just me yelling in a cave like 20 feet away.
Yeah. And then we like, oh, here we go. Technical difficulties. We'll include that whole thing.
Yeah.
This is in the podcast. This is me stalling, just so you know.
So this fucking dumb movie opens with a bunch of dirty stitched meat. The main character.
First of all, it's chicken.
Is it chicken or turkey? Because it's turkey.
Whatever the fuck it is, it's clearly it's food.
Yeah.
It's not people. I think they want you to be like, ooh, flesh.
Oh, gross. I've never seen a person get cut open looking like a shaved turkey before.
Unless they've been dead for days.
Yeah. So Catherine Isabel's the main fucking character.
Yeah,
Her name's goddamn Mary Mason.
Sure, absolutely.
And she ruins Thanksgiving in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
She sure does. And then guess what? She's in class.
And then she's in class, in her surgery class, where she is learning to, I guess, become a doctor, a surgeon of some kind. And this fucking professor is an asshole.
Oh.
This professor starts as an asshole, and it only gets worse.
Yeah, you know what? They could have just left it at he was a bad asshole teacher.
Yeah.
And that would have been it for me.
It would have been fine.
Whatever he gets, he still deserves, but
yeah.
I feel like he should have got worse than what he got.
So in the movie, he gets his arms and legs cut off, and he gets a bunch of body mods put on his face and head. Yeah. And if that were just the result of him freaking out in front of the entire class because Mary's phone went off, that would have been fine. That would have been justified even then.
This would have been a great movie.
Yeah. He goes, she's got an alarm that goes off or something, and then he fucking quizzes her and she gets all the answers right because she's actually paying attention. But then she goes, or she apologizes, and then he goes, yeah, no phones in my class. It's very fucking rude. You know what's more rude than having a phone on in class? Telling a student, swearing at them right to their face.
Yeah. And I love the fact that, he quizzed her and she got them all right, and then that just pissed him off.
Yeah. How dare you be a good student?
You fucking rude!
The next scene is a conversation between the two of them where he's trying to encourage her to be a better student, and the entire thing is voiced over in post. Yeah. The amount of overdub in this movie already.
Yeah.
That was an entire scene. Later on, they're at a strip bar that's vaudevillian, and almost every scene at that bar is overdubbed.
You pay too much attention to this.
I have no choice.
You do?
Yeah? What's my other option? Actually watch the movie?
Let your eyes glaze over and just let it happen.
Fall asleep with my eyes open like a zombie?
Yeah, he says something about her being, don't fall asleep. Promising students can't fall asleep. And she's I was up all night. Make it a turkey.
Suturing a turkey, yeah.
And it's not the kind of it's not the kind of turkey you eat.
Mm-mm.
What the fuck does that mean? It says, and the teacher doesn't even care. He's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense to me for sure. Well, I mean, you shouldn't be a bad student. Yeah, make all the fuck all the turkeys you want. I don't care.
Well, it's a surgery class, so she's got to practice. I don't know why you're practicing on something that doesn't even remotely resemble human flesh.
Yeah, and also just say you're practicing. Don't say I'm making a turkey that a boy's gonna stick his wiener in.
Yeah.
This Thanksgiving dinner's about to get basted.
Just based. Speaking of sticking wieners in, immediately you notice that Mary wants to bang this guy.
I don't think she wants to.
She wants to bang this professor.
I don't think she wants to.
It turns sour later.
I think she's willing to for her grades
for the A.
But I don't
She's
think
gonna get that
she wants
easy
to.
A, Emma Stone.
Yeah, that was a good. That was a solid movie. Did you know that one? That's filmed in Ojai, California. um, Wonderful Ojai, California. Home to many celebrities. I think Johnny Depp's got a house there.
I feel like anybody who lives in Ojai wants really badly to get the experience of living in a shitty Mexican ghetto without actually moving to one.
Dave England's got a house
Everything's
there.
a fucking pueblo there. Everything's made of clay and mud.
You've never even been there.
I've seen plenty of pictures.
Oh yeah. So she gets a call from her student loan service.
Yeah.
Guess money isn't so great around here, huh?
Well, I mean, when you're a med student, yeah, you got to deal with fucking $250,000 in debt by the time you're actually working in your profession.
Min.
Yeah, her student loans. She's like, well, how much money can I put on that to be fine? I put on $40 the other week. You put on enough for like a decent dinner. That's nothing when your student loans are going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
you might as well just put on nothing at all.
You literally put a drop in the bucket, and the bucket's got a hole in it.
Yeah, and somebody tipped the bucket over.
That probably doesn't even begin to cover the beginning of interest.
$40 to a student loans advisor is like, that's just a middle finger in their face.
Yeah, that's they can't take that back. They're not going to make their commission off that shit.
She's like, well, how much can I put on there to be good? Oh, about $380. What's the minimum I can put on there? $380, and then hang up the phone because that's what the fucking person did. I've never seen or heard of a more disrespectful student loans advisor than that.
Yeah. And then, like, the next call she has is, like, within earshot of this piece of shit teacher.
Yeah.
And it's I think her phone service got cut off.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, man, well, hey, come on.
Please.
And I don't believe that this is a real conversation.
No.
Because the sound quality alone leads me to believe that this might be a overdubbed post-production.
There's so much of that in this fucking movie.
Her phone speaker is so loud that you can hear the conversation clearly.
Yeah.
But it doesn't pick up the terrible quality phone that this phone operator at the phone company has.
This scratchy ass fucking 1940s rotary phone that they must be using over there.
It sounds like she's going down a freeway.
Yeah.
With the top down. And she's like she's like, all right, fine. We don't do this. This is not something we do. Listen, we don't do this for just anybody. You're lucky. You're so lucky.
I'm going to be nice about it.
They do this for everybody.
And fuck yeah, they do. Continue using your phone, please, that you pay us for eventually.
Yeah, you just got to call, and they'll be fine, and they flip it back on.
They make a point of being like, well, this professor, I don't know how the fuck you afford a convertible with a drop-down steering wheel on a teacher's salary, but he's obviously loaded.
Well, he's also is he a doctor or is he just a teacher?
He's probably also a surgeon. Well, he does work at the hospital, so sure. But then you immediately find out why she can't pay any of her fucking bills, because she gets home and her apartment has a fucking wraparound kitchen counter. It's like a goddamn $20,000 a month apartment.
She's got the nicest loft apartment / bird sanctuary that you've ever seen.
Yeah, dude.
And yeah, that's I wrote that exact thing. That like all of her money is clearly going toward this goddamn apartment.
It's like fucking the village in New York. This apartment.
I can't eat. What am I gonna cook for in my fucking 20,000-foot loft?
Let's also tell you, she's wasting turkey. That's days worth of food that you could just have instead of stitching it together like a goddamn Frankenstein.
You know what? If you're really that short for cash, cut the sutures out. Just eat the meat. What are you doing?
Yep. So she's fucking, at the very least, put some stuffing in there before you stitch it back, because then you can just put it in the fucking oven. People use twine for that. It's fine. Just use food grade stitching material. She's talking to her nana back home in Budapest.
Oh my God. This phone call.
This dirty nana call.
This phone call with this old lady.
Yeah. You fucking? Hey, niece, are you fucking out there?
Oh my God. First of all, why does the grandma have better phone service than the phone operator?
And she's in Budapest.
Why can I hear grandma crystal clear?
She's in Budapest where there's one paved road and it's to and from a church. The rest is gravel.
The next thing she asks is like, hey, how's school? Is everybody being nice to you? Is anybody trying to fuck your boyfriend? Because I was watching TV and people were trying to fuck each other. Now, what is that about?
I don't understand the young people.
What nursing home have you put this lady in where they're just putting on like the Real Housewives?
Yeah.
Like, here you go, you old fucks.
The Budapest version of The Real Housewives is probably fucking horrifying. It's probably scary to watch.
Everything this lady knows about America, it's supposed to take place in Seattle. This is a Canadian movie. It's filmed in...
I don't understand.
Yeah. It's like everything she knows about high school in America, she learned from just television, like 90210 and One Tree Hill. And...
because that's where they're at in terms of, like, television service providing content.
Yeah.
We're in 1985 everywhere else, but this is brand new to me.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen this new show? It's called The Young and the Restless. It's popping. I'm on season 1.
Man, when did they have time to make this Touched by an Angel?
Good God. This angel's touching everybody out here.
I used to call it Touched by an Anal. So while she's on the phone with her sweet, kindly old grandmother...
Who's talking about whores?
She's on Craigslist at the same time looking for jobs. And the one that she picks is here's thousands of dollars in cash for one night of work. And then in asterisks, no sex. And 90% of the time, it's sex.
The sex you're talked into later.
Yeah.
Did you look at any of the other jobs?
I didn't.
Okay, so I wrote them down.
Nice.
So you're wondering why it took me 2 hours to write for the first 30 minutes?
Because you fucking paused so that you could write the whole list of available jobs on dirty Craigslist back page.
First of all, you're never going to find a job where you feel like you've got job security.
No.
On Craigslist.
No, you're not. If anything, you're not even going to have personal security.
But I think she might have been on Indeed for this one because all of the jobs were very much just like you got like stock clerk, $6.50.
Right.
You could make $6.50 an hour doing stock clerk. Mm-hmm. You could be a driver, make that amount. A landscaper.
You probably make your own schedule for that. You can work right around your classes and not have to worry about any reprehensible figures entering your life.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's $6.50 an hour. Landscaper.
Bam.
You could be an elderly handicapped woman's assistant for $80 a day.
For $80 a day, just feed somebody soup and then go home.
You probably got to clean their butts up.
I mean, maybe. But you're also a medical student, so get acquainted with dirty asses and having to clean them.
Hey.
That's going to be a major portion of your job.
$80 a day.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, so then there's also low voltage wire installer. Now that was $9 an hour.
This is weird because not only is that's underwage. There's no way. You sort of need training to install wires of any voltage.
Nah, $9 an hour.
Or she's already in school. She can't pick up some more electrician's classes on the side.
And just a slap in the face to everybody who has that job. You could be a janitor for $10 an hour.
Apprentice electrician or dirty bathroom cleaner at the high school nearby. Mm-hmm. Which one pays more? Turns out janitor.
And then also the plumber was right there too.
Oh, perfect.
But they didn't have a wage for that one. And then, as she's talking, she goes to, she's like, oh, whores. Mm-hmm. Whores.
Yeah, which in whatever fucking Moldovan languages they speak in fucking Budapest is Korva.
Yeah, and then while she's saying that, her poor granddaughter is like she goes over to Craigslist where she's looking for jobs. And
right at the same time, we're talking about whores. Here's this $1,000 cash.
Yeah, and
for a massage.
Your poor granddaughter's on the sex work like back pages where she's looking at jobs like viewers needed, $7.
Viewers.
Penis model needed.
I really should have paid more attention to this list of jobs.
Bagpiper girls.
What is that? That can't be the actual instrument. There's no way. That's something else.
Oh, by the way, it was $100 for the penis model job.
My friend recently turned me on to a phrase called a Chinese chair.
Uh-oh.
That's just a threesome.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why it's called a Chinese chair.
The other one I took note of on this list. I mean, she wouldn't have been able to go for this one. She's underqualified.
Okay.
Underqualified for this because they're seeking 2 midgets and a priest. And I don't know what that's for, and I'm not asking questions.
It's a very specific kind of exorcism. I'm possessed by a very small ghost.
So if you're ever wondering what kind of work is available, it's that and
in
wet
Seattle.
Work. Yeah. But she goes for the no sex gentleman's club offer, which next to all of this seems like probably the best work, I think.
Well, it turns out to be great work, apparently, for her. The second that I show up with my resume to a vaudevillian strip club that has maybe max 5 people in it, so it's obviously failing.
By the way, this place is either called Bourbon A Go-Go, which is the sign outside, or inside the sign is The Filth. So I don't know where this is, but it's all the same club.
And the fucking owner is like heroin nodding in a booth while he's watching his dancers take their tits out. I would take my resume to Starbucks. Look, at that point.
I went for a job interview once at a fish and chips restaurant. It is not the job I wanted, but I was like, let me hear him out.
Right on.
Went in there, and the dude had his sleeves rolled up. Definitely, he either had some wicked mosquito bites.
Oh, no.
Or he was the mosquito. And his proboscis was a syringe of heroin.
Yeah.
I don't think...
Did you promptly turn around and leave when you saw that?
Nah, well...
You didn't even do... I would have.
I did not come back.
Yeah.
I finished the interview, and then I was like, oh, you do a lot of fishing? No, I didn't. I didn't say that. I just left. I left the hell out of there because he wanted me to like come back and do a day's work for free just to like test it out. I'm like, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, you got the wrong one.
Yeah,
on that.
You didn't trick me. I'm out. Peace. You're gonna be serving me in here. I know it.
So part of this interview for this fucking job is that the owner of this club's name is Billy.
I didn't even listen. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Fucking Dirty Billy, and he demands a massage right away. And Mary promptly takes all of her interest in this job and throws it out the window by giving him the laziest massage I have ever seen in my life.
Look, in her defense, she's like, all right, look, I need a massage.
Either give me a massage or take your tits out.
He gets into position. He doesn't bother to take his jacket off.
No, and then...
So she's supposed to know to do that?
Exactly. Why are you surprised she didn't take it off for you?
Yeah.
Take it off your damn self.
This is your fault. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he snaps at her like, I'm not going to give you a fucking good massage after that. I'm uncomfortable.
No. I'm not going to be probing around. Like, yeah, no. I'm just going to make sure that you know that my hands work. Either give me the job or don't. During
this fucking interview, before the massage, he's like, all right, here comes the unpleasant part of the interview.
Yeah, get naked.
That's not what he says.
Get semi-naked.
That's not what he says.
No, but what does he say?
Here comes the most unpleasant part of the interview. You fat under there? Like you didn't have to ask that. That doesn't have to be the most unpleasant part.
Also, like, you're going to make her take her coat off and whatever, walk around anyway. You're going to find out. You don't even need to ask.
I think that's probably the worst way to ask somebody to take their coat off.
Definitely is. Show me how fat you're not.
That's not a very polite way to ask when you think about it.
This is the best fucking interview ever. Like, he's describing the position and she just goes, rad. Your enthusiasm level certainly is selling me on you as an employee at this point.
Well, I mean, he did a sarcastic whistle at all her schooling.
Of course.
So...
Which is going to come in so handy at this dirty strip club.
Hey, you know...
The filth. I don't even notice that sign.
Oh, yeah, it's right next to the stage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So she just happens to be in the right place at the right time, and he's like, hey, you're a med student. Come help me sew back together this man I've tortured in the basement.
Yeah,
and she's just down. Yeah. There's I should probably call the police on this.
Well, she's in this interview, and this guy comes up and talks to the guy, and he's like, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, hey, wait, you're a med student. Come on, come with me. You want to make $5,000, no questions asked?
Yeah. First of all, no. No, I don't. Not when I have to go downstairs into a basement with a man I just met. That's me saying that.
So the offer is $5,000 cash.
Yep.
No questions asked.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to be asking a lot of questions.
Well, the first thing she does is ask a goddamn question.
Yeah.
We got to negotiate. I get one question.
For every question, I deduct $500.
All right.
You get that many questions, and then you're leaving with pocket change.
With that much on the table, I could afford $500 to find out what the fuck I'm doing before I do it.
Yep.
First of all, he asked you if you were a medical student.
So it's going to be related to that.
He leads you into a basement where you can hear somebody who's not okay. Audibly going,
At least.
So you're
Probably
there.
Shit his pants.
You're there for medical assistance.
Yeah. A lot of burly guys in dark jackets.
Yeah.
Just milling about, which would lead me to believe this man is not here of his own volition.
Yeah, so it's $5,000. Are you ready to probably be inside of a guy's guts for a bit? Like
$5,000 to be the accomplice to a crime.
What's the worst that's gonna happen? You go, I tried. I'm a med student. I just started.
Yeah. Whoopsie. He's worse now.
Come on.
So apparently that was horrifying enough for her to need to take to have a cry nearby a running shower.
Yeah.
She fucking runs the shower like she's gonna get upset and fucking cry in it, and then she doesn't even get in the shower.
Yeah, she runs that shower and
she just wanted to be water adjacent.
And like she's still in the lingerie from the interview.
This is something I noticed throughout the entire movie. She is never dressed appropriately for what she's doing.
No.
Not once in any situation is she ever wearing the right clothes.
Well, I mean, this would be the right situation. Like she's having like a lingerie shower. Ooh. But she's crying, having just stitched up a man.
It's not an amorous, it's not a delectable shower.
No.
It's a traumatic one.
We failed to point out that, during this where he's like, yeah, you're gonna make $5,000, no questions. She's like, hey, how about this question? And he's like, fuck it, never mind then.
Yeah.
And that guy in that other room's like, oh, come on!
Please, though!
Let her just say, give her a second chance, why don't you? I'm like, fuck that life. I said no questions.
Oh, you
Fine,
asked
he
one.
dies.
Oh, whoops. Not so strapped, are you?
There's one thing I don't do, it's answer questions, no matter whose life is on the line.
The reason why she was offered this position, we'll say, is because their regular torture victim stitch-up surgeon, whose name is Mr. Black, is not available currently.
Well, Mr. Black, like, are you not paying him, what's it called when you pay somebody just to be around?
I don't know.
Like when you got a lawyer at all times.
Oh, retainer.
Yes.
Mr. Black's not on retainer? Yeah, what's he busy doing other than preventing me from going to jail for years and years?
Probably tending to somebody's dog. Or doing something that's not medical.
That's also super stupid. Yeah, let's just go to the fucking vet clinic after hours like it's going to be unlocked and open.
So she has this unsexy lingerie crying session in the shower where she like doesn't get it under the water, but yeah, she's water adjacent.
Yeah, and then she gets a phone call. I don't know if it's the next day or what. I assume it is the next day because she doesn't sleep all night and she just has a bat in case somebody shows up for whatever reason. So Betty Boop calls her up on the phone, and without even seeing this woman in the movie, I knew that that's what it was going to be just from the voice.
Oh, yeah, that's...
we're doing 1930s sexist animation character. That's cool.
Yeah, IRL.
Yeah, and so she fucking goes, nah, I'm not interested in whatever you have to say to me. And then the chick shows up anyway and buzzes the intercom, and it's the same fucking goddamn voice as was on the phone.
It is unmistakably...
There's no way to get that mixed up with anyone else on the planet of Earth.
Not even trying to, like, be like...
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you gotta sign for a package.
Come down to the door.
Yeah. It's a very specific accent, that character.
Yeah.
And yet Mary still falls for you gotta sign for a package.
Yeah, not only that, look, I don't know where she's supposed to... Seattle's where she's supposed to... Very low crime rate in Seattle.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Well, there must be, because she fucking unlocks the door and walks away.
Yeah, walks away from the door when a mysterious person needs a package that she didn't order signed.
Immediately a stranger walks in.
Right in, no problem.
That's a cautionary tale.
It is.
If you unlock the door and walk away, a stranger's gonna walk in.
That's 100% what's gonna happen. Keep it locked. Lock that fucking door.
Had she not unlocked this fucking door, This movie would
It just wouldn't have happened.
That's the point right there where it would have been like knock, knock, knock. She would have looked through and be like, oh.
Yeah, this is horrifying that I'm seeing.
Yeah, nah, I'm good. Close the peephole.
Hard piece.
And now I'm going to go back to fucking these turkeys up so I can't eat them.
This shithead woman has paid tens of thousands of dollars in order to look like an outmoded, misogynistic animation from when Disney was still racist.
She had 14 surgeries to look the way she did. And when she's like, so well, what do you think how do you think I look or whatever? And what's her face? Ginger Snaps here is like, you kind of look like Betty Boop. She's like, only kinda? And she's like, oh, well, it's actually uncanny.
Guess I better schedule 15 more surgeries just to make sure I don't have this situation happen to me again.
Oh, geez, thanks for the genuine compliment I just forced out of you. Yeah, she's like 14 surgeries. And first of all, her name's Beatrix. So that would be her honey boo-boo ass name. Anybody named Beatrix looks like this.
That's 100% true.
And so she's talking about her surgeries. Now she had to go out of country to find the best surgeon for the job.
Let's just say you went to a back alley in Bangkok, Thailand.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I'm leaving the country, it's for a world-renowned like medical prodigy, and it's gonna be some young kid who's been saving lives for 8 years.
He's like autistic. He's so good. Not this situation, which is the exact opposite.
Yeah, no.
I went somewhere where I could give someone money to just fuck my shit up.
Yeah, what she means by best surgeon for the job is cheap and willing.
There's a lot of cheap and willingness in this movie. Plenty. How many, at this point I wrote down how many shots of this actress just looking in a direction do we need in order to pad out the runtime? Because there are so many shots in this movie of fucking Mary just staring at nothing.
Yep.
Just looking with her eyes.
This movie's got a 1 hour, 42 minute runtime.
Somehow.
That is 20 minutes longer than any good movie we watched.
It's about an hour longer than it needs to be.
Oh my good lord, is it ever? It literally should end here like, knock, knock. Yeah, there's fucking weirdos out there, lady.
Yeah.
Don't answer the door.
Don't answer the door or ads that are weird sounding.
Knock, knock. It's a freak. Okay. I don't need to answer the door for every weirdo.
For this fucking clown person that's showed up here.
By the way, every time you see Beatrix in this movie, this prosthetic half face that she's wearing looks worse and worse.
It does.
It looks more fake. Like they had less and less time to put it on every time they did it.
Apparently, according to the IMDb trivia, it took 2 hours to make up this bitch. And the other one who looks even worse, who looks like she's literally wearing the mask of another person on her face.
2 hours isn't enough.
No, not for this. Not for this amount of garbage.
No. Oh my god. Anyway.
Yeah, Beatrice shows up fucking tits agape. Tits just visible and out like it don't matter. And convinces her to the tune of 10 grand. I just give my friend some help.
Yeah.
I need people to stop being so vague with their requests when they offer me thousands of dollars.
Literally, she says, my friend wants skin removed for medical reasons.
Bye.
Oh, yeah, eh?
You probably just do that in the tub at home.
Just a shitload of skin, huh?
She wants that skin out of there.
You just got all this fucking skin? How? Be specific. What skin are we talking about?
So I got pissed here because she fucking shows, first of all, reads the resume that was left there after this horrible, I would be taking every piece of evidence tying me to this place with me when I left, but I'll leave the resume with Billy the owner.
Yeah, what gem are you, like, this is gonna come off not the way I want it to sound, but what gem are you looking for when you're going through a stack of resumes you're finding at a strip club? What are you looking for other than strippers?
99% of people who show up with a resume to a strip club, I can guarantee you, don't have medical knowledge at all. They barely have their grade 12.
If anything, they're working toward it.
Yeah.
And then
best.
in this case, still like, why are you going through there? Like, oh, maybe there's somebody who will fuck my friend up a little bit. I'm looking for literally anybody to chop my friend's nipples the fuck off.
So this woman goes to this chick because she's a med student, right? Why are you choosing the person who your only knowledge of her expertise is when she stitched up the chest of a torture victim in a basement? Mm-hmm. Hey, that'll be a good choice for my friend for her face and tits.
Do you know what goes well with sewing up a dude's chest after being split right down the middle?
Yeah, all the way up to the chin.
Oh, well, that leads right to plastic surgery.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you could take my nips off, no problem.
Oh, you should have seen the scarring. It was so minimal. Right up the middle.
Why is Mary always 30 seconds away from being just fine with horrible situations? Every single, like, she goes to the strip club, she's cool with that. She fucking meets this horrible woman, breaks into her house, she's cool with that. She meets her friend who's a fucking nightmare to look at in the face. And she's just like, yep, awesome, I'll do it. I'll sew your puss together. I'll sew your puss together so nobody can get in there, and I'll take your tits right off. This woman's name is fucking Ruby Real Girl, because what she wants to be is an androgynous sex doll. Because apparently, dolls, and these are the words that she says in the movie, dolls are never sexualized. Oh no? I can think of an entire industry where that's not the case.
I can think of a lot of anime figurines that need a wipe.
They don't need a wipe. They need a full bath.
And by the way, they're not here. I can imagine where they are and the horrors that they're going through.
Dolls are never sexualized. Look up My Little Pony jar.
Have you...
Just Google that real quick at home in the comfort and safety of your own house.
Boy, oh boy, I don't know if you know what a body pillow is.
Yeah.
And what they're actually for.
That's not even a doll. That's just a drawing of one.
It gets worse.
Yeah, it does. You're scratching the surface of an iceberg where, for some reason, guys just need their dicks in weird things.
How about, like, just going to, like, Spencer's Gifts and picking up one of those dolls you literally inflate?
Yes.
And it's literally...
a wide open mouth and terrified eyes.
It is.
And that's what I want chilling in my fucking closet with the coats. When my nephew comes over.
With the coats.
Where else do you put it? You don't just have it out by the coffee table.
You're gonna put it in the front closet.
It's the one people go into the least often.
It's just peeping through. Where's my winter jacket? Oh shit! Oh no! You're not deflating it and putting it under the bed, like,
dude,
somewhere shameful. You've got it where your nephew's gonna be like, where are my
I need my sandals to go outside for a minute.
Where are the snow pants?
Yeah. It's raining out. Do you have the galoshes? Oh, she's wearing them.
What's so drippy?
Yeah, gross. Point being, yeah, dolls get sexualized 24 all the time. Right now, as we speak, a doll is being sexualized. I'll put money down.
Look at Barbie. Why does Barbie have tits if she's not being sexualized?
Her whole fucking purpose is to be like a hot, impossible chick.
If it wasn't being sexualized, it would be made of popsicle sticks.
Yes. So let's go do this plastic surgery where I take your areolas off, essentially give you a mastectomy despite the fact that you've had breast implants, thus defeating the whole purpose of what you're asking for, and sew your puss up. Where are we going to do that, Matt?
Well, when I get that done to me, what I want to be looking at is a puppy.
X-rays of dogs. Dogs' insides just left up on the projector with the light on.
Yeah, well, you got to light the room with something.
How about take those down first?
Well,
that's going to foster a really comfortable environment for me once I count backwards when you give me the anesthesia.
They're in a vet clinic.
They're in a fucking...
A vet clinic has been offered up for the site of this fucking monstrosity.
Who has the keys to just a vet clinic?
I mean, look however you want to look, but don't let your friends who look like weirdos in at night.
Yeah. You don't need them around people's pets. This is not a good look for anyone.
The only person who should be in your veterinary clinic after hours is the janitor or you.
Or a dog that's asleep.
And anybody else is it's surgery. They're cutting themselves open and putting all kinds of shit in their bodies.
100%. That's every time that's happening. Meanwhile, in the other room, we got Betty Boop and her weird niece just doing coke off the table.
Yeah, let's not forget about her weird niece who
is a coke addict.
Yeah. Some what does she say? She's like, yeah, she's a bitch when she's not high. Well, why is she not high?
Well, just get her high then.
Yeah.
You have it. She also knows that you have it because she goes, it's right there in your purse.
And yeah, well, it's not going to be snowing for a long time is what she says.
Yeah, she does say that.
Mary leaves the room.
5 minutes elapsed.
Five
maybe.
minutes of this lady going like, I want you to remove this, sew this up as much as you can.
And then she comes
get
back.
rid of the other bits.
And she comes back and it's a fucking blizzard.
Yeah.
It started snowing right away.
It is snowing for Beatrix and her niece. And then, cut right to just...
I'm marking up a titty. Because I'm going to cut that shit right off of there.
Yeah, I was thinking she was cutting the whole boob off, but she just removed the nipple.
That's what I thought as well at first. And then I was like, that's why I was like, why would you get implants when you want them removed? But it turns out she just wants to have the tit part.
Yes, yeah. I thought she truly wanted to be sexless and just be like a gray alien, you know? That's what I wanted to see.
I would have preferred that.
Yeah, no.
That would have made this movie so much better.
Oh my God. And then she's just like...
fucking wakes up and it's just dark skies.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that's not happening.
No,
She's
boring
getting
areola removal.
bits of her vagina pulled out and like it dropped on the goddamn floor.
Yeah, dropped right on the floor disrespectfully with that hazmat. We're just gonna call it because that's what the fuck it is. At this point, she fucking gets a phone call from her professor that she missed a class. Why are you fucking up your future in the medical field for $5,000?
Why is your teacher calling you and swearing at you?
Calling you personally, yes, and then also just being a dick.
And it's not even like, hey, are you okay? I haven't seen you in a few days. It's like, where the fuck have you been?
You gave me your word that you wouldn't fuck up
stupid
anymore.
Fucking bitch.
Your fucking word is garbage.
Oh, you
See you in class tomorrow.
I'd bring that right to whoever's in charge of a school and be like, I know it's not the principal, but the principal.
The dean.
The principal.
The dean is getting that recording.
The dean Aline. And I'd be like, hey, listen to this.
Gay marriage.
You know how you've been looking for a reason to fire that rapist teacher?
That teacher who's definitely done this before.
Oh, good Lord. So yeah, they talk about like how this fucking Ruby real doll she's big in the body mod community.
Yeah.
Like, so what she just had done is probably the most tamest shit on that website.
I would say so. Later on in the movie, there's a guy with his dick split. All right? One dude's like, I was thinking about getting some scarification and piercings, and she's like, get the fuck out of my apartment, you pussy.
Yeah, and the next guy like, hey, let's split this down the middle, huh?
Yeah.
You know what's
Let's
even better?
split this down the middle. I'll call you when it heals.
You know what you know what actually I want to happen? Oh, you know how when you make like an octopus out of a hot dog over the campfire? I want it to be like a tassel.
He'd fit right in at the strip club. We'll just wave that shit around.
Boy, you better not wave it too hard because I don't know what holds your pee in, but I feel like it'd be like a fucking sprinkler system.
Yeah, you would. This guy was a fire hose.
Ugh.
It's just a wide open hole, like, and it fucking just comes out like a jet stream. This guy's an idiot. He's got a fucking split dick, and he goes, "Well, I'm still gotta jerk off, right?"
Yeah, when it
gotta go home and
heals,
jerk
buddy.
off.
When it heals,
Right away, I gotta do it.
By the way, like if you want to jerk off, maybe don't split your dick.
Yeah, that really makes it difficult to do anything with your dick after.
Yeah, like you got to pee to sit down. God damn. So, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Mary wears heels to that fucking tit and puss surgery, by the way. She wears high goddamn heels to what she knows what she's going to do there, and she still dresses up like an escort. Every situation, she's dressed up like an escort.
Especially the one where she interviewed to be a stripper.
Yes.
And I mean, that's not appropriate.
No.
That's not appropriate attire.
Show up in sweatpants, all right? What, you got an ass in that? Fine. Escorts are worth more than strippers. Financially on the table, they cost more.
I don't know anything about this. All I know is that if you got to pick up dirty dollar bills off the ground, I would hope that they're a high dollar bill.
So this fucking, Beatrice like, hey, thanks for just ruining my friend forever. And Mary goes, yeah, no problem. Don't fucking call me. So what she does is shows up at the hospital where Mary's doing the residency like that's somehow better.
Oh my God. Before that happens, so her next day of school, so like, hey, Mary, They're like talking in a hospital. It's a residency, so it's a doctor talking to a bunch of students, and somebody comes in and whispers in the doctor's ear, and he's like, "Oh my, okay, well, somebody go in there and tell that nice family their father's had a heart attack.
Yep.
Mary, you're in."
And Mary's like, cool, I could do that.
She goes right in there. First of all, you need. This isn't the least bit medical. You can't just go there. Yeah, Papa had a heart boom boom. I'm out. Like,
she doesn't. It's 10 seconds. There's no consoling. There's no like patient care element to any. Your dad just got a bad heart. It went pop.
There's no like story. Like, you got to be like, hey, you should tell them we were doing surgery and there was an arrhythmia and the heart rhythm went.
Use like 2 or 3 doctor words. Also, in front of the kids?
Yeah, for sure. Don't just be like, there's a heart attack. So.
Right in front of the 7-year-old and his younger brother.
Yeah, is he okay? The guy didn't tell me. So then she comes back in, and then he they say some more shit about like how, you can't make a mistake. This guy really fucking hates when surgeons make mistakes.
He doesn't. He says you just can't do it. It's not.
Oh yeah.
This one, both of these people. Now, later on, a conversation happens where the surgeon, who's her professor, goes, everybody here is out for themselves. We're at a surgeon party. Right away, both the professor and the doctor overseeing this residency are clearly psychopaths. Right away they are.
Oh, yeah.
Go in there and tell that woman that her husband had a heart attack. All right, thanks for that. Good job. Now go tell her he's dead.
Which means he's been dead the whole fucking time.
Yep. What was the point of that? Who were you helping?
Just to make that family suffer a little more.
Make that family have 5 seconds worth of hope that it's all good.
Oh, man. Just when you thought that roller coaster drop wasn't too bad, hey, guess what? Here comes the behemoth.
Piece of shit, doctor. Yep. Also, that's basically malpractice. You could essentially sue somebody for doing it that way.
Yeah. I mean, but that's probably nothing compared to just removing the vagina of a stranger with no prep.
It's taking it right out of there. They didn't prep and put her to sleep. That counts.
So yeah, then he's talking to them, and they're like, yeah, we're when you're a doctor, you get kind of a sick fucking sense of humor.
Here's a horrible joke about like death and murder.
I think he just calls surgeons slashers.
Yeah, which isn't the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's fucking edgy. Oh boy. That's not morning radio right there, I'll tell you that.
Well, he gets an edge, all right. It's the one of a knife. Okay. That whole conversation is voiced over.
I hate it.
I read on the trivia page at this point, and this is going to shock you, so hold on to your fucking hat and seat.
Yep.
This movie was shot in 15 days. This movie was start to finish shot in the amount of time it takes to get over a cold.
No. No.
Not at all reflected in the quality of it whatsoever.
No.
Isn't that a fucking surprise?
No.
Doesn't this come across as the kind of movie that takes months and months like a movie does?
No. No, it doesn't. No.
15 days, it feels like they shot it for 10 and then just went to bed for 5.
They probably got this thing done in 5 and was like, all right, just stick around for reshoots just in case, guys.
All right, we rented a sound booth. Just do the lines again.
And this is where you get Beatrix. Of course, she listened. She didn't call.
Yeah.
What she did do was much worse.
Showed right up at somebody's place of work.
She called
looking like she does.
She called her school and got them to divulge information that led to her exact location.
Somebody, whoever's in control of that information from the school, heard that voice on the phone and went, "This sounds like a very nice person who wouldn't do something like murder serially."
I like that one.
That was a fucking wrong assessment.
Yeah. Well, obviously they didn't see face. Because face.
Once again, Mary is dressed like a prostitute underneath that fucking medical coat. I want that to be known. She dresses like a hooker. She wakes up and goes, "What can make me look more like a hooker today?"
What would Betty Boop look like if she got railed for money? So she shows up and she's like, "This is from Ruby. Ruby wanted to say thank you, even though you said not to tell Ruby who you were."
Yeah, and it's a closed pink box.
She made it.
Hey, given what I just
no.
did to her, I maybe don't want to open that.
By the way, yeah, given the look of Ruby, like it's macaroni art.
Yeah.
Like that's why you open up it's fucking Play-Doh with pipe cleaners in it. Like, oh Jesus. Okay, thanks, Ruby.
It's not a Matisse painting in there.
But what it is a very scandalous dress.
Mm-hmm. This is the green one.
Yeah.
Then a website is mentioned. Fucking Mary goes home and checks out the website. The fucking website is BME Zine. Remember BME Zine?
Yes, I do remember BME Zine.
So for those of you who were too young to be on the internet back when it was horrible, there was a body mod website called BME Zine. And this is from where things like the BME Pain Olympics originated. For example, a man driving a nail into his own penis.
I saw a lady attach 2 firecrackers to each of her labia.
And just light them.
Oh, she sure did.
A guy put a jar in his asshole and it broke.
That he did. He sat right on that motherfucker.
Later on in an interview with BME Zine, he divulged that he was pulling shards of glass out of his butt for weeks after that.
As you do.
But it wasn't that bad.
Wow!
Also, later on in the movie, we meet these 2 twins.
I hate these twins.
That want their left arms swapped so that they could be with each other forever. In BME Zine 1 year for an April Fool's prank, they had 2 twins who were actually male. One of them took the arm of his brother and put it on his chest. And the other one took the finger and had it extended on his own finger. It turned out to be fake.
You know what?
But they just ripped it right off for this movie, is my point.
I was thinking that I had seen this.
You probably just read that article.
Based on that, I think I probably saw that article and went, oh yeah, ew.
They took someone's work and went, we're just going to steal this for the movie.
But we'll get to that, because we're not quite there yet, Jay.
No,
Jay, please don't jump over the horrible thing that's coming down the track.
You got me. All right.
Okay.
I was trying to Buster Keaton my way through this situation that we find ourselves in.
You can't silent movie tap dance your way by this one, Jay. It's coming. Oh boy, is it coming.
So in the hospital, before we run into Beatrice, Mary gets invited to a party by her doctor boss. She decides to wear the escort dress for that.
This is, by the way, she's looked at this website before we get too far, because it's coming up.
Yep.
She's on this BME website.
She is.
And she's looking at pictures of body modifications.
Yes.
As she's clicking through, the music is getting more and more hardcore until it finally goes like, Bwah! And what she's looking at is a fucking stretched ear.
Yeah.
Not even a big one.
The hardest of core.
What the fuck? There's just bumpy arms and a stretched ear.
The music in this movie is something that I did want to bring up.
Please do.
I think the sound designer was deaf, because half the time it's not even remotely diegetic. You can tell that somebody is just playing an MP3 file over footage. And then the other half of the time, there's just no sound. There's a scene where they're in the strip club, and obviously it's going to be bumping because it's a strip club. Dead silent. So silent that somebody brings over a tray of drinks, and they make nary a sound.
Uh-oh.
They don't fucking clink or nothing.
So what you're saying is post-added, voiced over.
It didn't even bother trying, though.
You know what I thought was really cool about the strip club is that it's so well lit.
It is. It's very bright in a place that you want to be dark.
That's got to be like east-facing windows. Like you get that kind of lightness in there. You really want to see Beatrix.
Yeah, her fucking face, and like maybe somebody that I recognize that I'd rather not recognize in a strip club.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my friend from work. Sure wish these lights were off so I didn't have to know he sees me.
I wish he couldn't see my boner through these sweatpants. Because it's not for Beatrix. Dude, it's not, I promise.
The idea of strip clubs as like a bachelor party, or a bunch of my friends you're just sitting around with your buds having hard dicks.
Just cracking your rods together like.
Why is that fun for anybody? How is that not the most awkward shit?
Just call it thunder sticks.
We're gonna go play thunder sticks.
Yeah.
We're gonna play pick up sticks together.
Get hard from the strippers and everybody gets in a circle and just taps their heads together.
So at this fucking...
Their dick heads, not their actual heads.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's
their heads and then their heads.
Thunder sticks, not thunder heads. I mean, it is Thunderheads, but it's their penises.
I'm there. Yep.
Look,
with wieners.
Just what happens next in this film is horrible. So just go. Just say the thing.
Catherine Isabel shows up at a surgeon party looking like a mid-range escort, which really explains what she gets.
She really should have been. She should have been dressed in pajamas.
Pajamas or I mean, they're surgeons, right? Everybody's fucking rich when they're in the medical profession. Dress like it's like assume it's black tie.
Oh, you know what? Assume it's black tie, but also have just like when you walk in, before you talk to people, just like look around, take note of all of the people in the room.
Yeah.
Notice,
for example, the woman on the bar with her shirt off.
The one that the men placed there. Yeah, the one that the group of men picked up and put down on the bar, laying down motionless. Yes, that one.
And also, while you're looking in that direction, maybe notice 4 or 5 exposed penises being manipulated in a weird assembly line. Hey, man, I don't know if this is the kind of party I want to be at.
Yeah, like when you first come in the room, look over your shoulder to notice the woman who's being handed money and hustled into another room with a bunch of guys.
Notice every situation that every woman is in this entire apartment.
Yeah, have a look around and notice how all of them are dudes. And then when you knock on the door and somebody comes up and knows your name you've never met,
right away.
No, that's not me actually. I'm at the wrong place. Peace.
Whoops.
You've been waiting for me. Who the fuck are you?
Anytime a person comes up to you, drink in hand, that you didn't get to see made at a place like this, and insists that you drink it.
Oh my God.
Fast.
First of all, he's like, hey, I'll get us a drink. 1, 2, 3. Hey, I got those drinks.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's yours.
Hey, guess what? Let's swap. That'll be a fun game. That's what I do right away. Let's switch drinks. Hey, I'm flirting.
You know what I do? I just dump mine right in that cup. I'm actually not thirsty.
I'll dump it in his eyeballs.
Sorry, can't. I'm fasting.
Over. It's Lent. I gave up spiked bourbon for Lent.
So, yeah, this fucking guy. She's like, hey, what's your name? And he's like, have a drink.
Yeah, you didn't give me your name.
That's not a name. That's a red flag.
It is.
Girl, get out of there.
I need to know the name before I drink the drink.
And then he's like, oh, okay, so what do you do? And he's like, I'm a fucking motherfucker. Is exactly what he said. And again, that's not a job. You need to go. Because that's not a job. You're the motherfucker. You're the mother. It's just the fucking situation. God, run, girl.
Louise.
Yeah, at this point, I just wrote that this party is all dudes.
It is.
All dudes.
30 seconds later.
And then, oh, bad stuff is happening.
Yeah, bad stuff is happening.
Well, I don't like this. And then my next note is I skipped to 39 minutes in. Fuck it, I'm skipping to 41. Oh, and then, yeah, the movie just kind of continues.
For the sake of posterity, I'll describe this scene.
All right, and just so everybody...
Mary gets sleepy.
Well, put your fingers in your ears if you don't want to hear it, is all I'm saying. Mary
gets sleepy right away, and she doesn't get read a bedtime story. She just gets put to bed.
Oh, no.
And it goes on for an inordinate amount of time. I don't need to see somebody's upper torso being thrust against for 5 minutes again. And then, it's the professor, it's her fucking surgical professor. And to his credit, slept beside her after.
Yeah.
Because that's probably what you'd want.
Yes. Well, why don't you sign your crime?
He stuck around to cuddle.
Just fucking put your signature right on your crime. That's what.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
You go to all the trouble of roofing somebody, and then you just make sure that they remember your face afterward. Defeating the purpose.
Yeah. About 39 minutes is when she wakes up next to him. And I was like, you know what? I don't even care about this. It's a whole fucking 2 minutes of her going, huh?
Yeah. Wandering around. Again, just looking in a direction while she's riding the elevator, which you get to see the entire ride down. Why?
Hey, they wanted this movie clearly had a time budget it had to hit. So at that point, school's out.
It is.
She goes to her now BFF strip club boss who...
Don't know at what point she decided that was a comfortable environment after being raped. Hey, I'm going to go to the place where I just saved somebody from being murdered by a guy and confide in him.
You know what? I don't have any friends. That much is very clear. So this dude who I almost had to blow him for a job, but thank God I had to sew some dude up.
I sure lucked out with that one.
Yeah, I really lucked out not having to take my tits out. Let's go ahead and tell him about all this trouble. Mm-hmm. And then let's give him back the $5,000 he gave me.
Yep. Should be the end of the relationship because now nothing.
Yeah.
But we're just going to grab the guy. We're going to grab this professor and we're going to show him what an actual rape feels like.
Well, maybe. I mean, bad stuff happens to him for sure.
I would have.
I don't know if there's any penetration. But
there is of 2 needles right into his jaw, which she doesn't push the plungers down on. She just, is your jaw numb? Well, no, because you did nothing.
It's one of those like fake needles that you get in a child's play set.
It sure is. Fisher-Price anesthesia.
You know what I would have liked to have seen? How did you find this guy and nab him? Where's that scene? How about that one scene where he's like getting into his car and you just fucking rag over the face?
Nah, he's just there.
Show me something.
He's just there already.
Oh,
They
yeah.
did the same thing when they grabbed the other dude. He just ends up there with a bag on his head. It's never explained how you found the very prominent surgeon.
Is that what that is?
I think.
Because I thought he was just murdering a guy.
I'm pretty sure that's just him because that was right after he saw the tape. Oh, by the way, the professor filmed his own crime.
You know what? I missed the part where he saw the tape.
Yeah, it was very brief. He just somehow has the tape after the police show up and go, "We watched all the tapes they filmed, but you're not on any of them." So I don't know how a strip club owner could possibly have gotten evidence in a police investigation, but he does. He's got it. And he watches it for like 10 seconds and goes, "Oh no!" Like, yeah, because he's weirdly in love with Mary. That's another thing that's worth bringing up. He's got such a hard dick for this woman for some reason. Yeah. But then he still went to all the trouble of getting Mad Head in the back behind a curtain that could be easily opened and shut.
Yeah. There was a weird relationship where she was disgusted by this guy, and then he gave her $5,000, and all of a sudden
he's got the hots.
Yeah.
Great. $5,000 is not enough to kidnap a person because that's a felony. For potentially 10 to 20 years of my time, I'm going to ask for a little bit more than that. I'm
probably going to ask for enough so that when I get out, I'm going to be all right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hide it in a box.
I'm going to ask for enough that I only spend 1 night in jail because bail, and then I go to the Cayman Islands. You give me enough to do all that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So that's, I don't know, a couple million anyway.
Yep. This professor is held down by about 5 strips of duct tape, which would not be enough to hold me anywhere.
Well, he's probably all out of adrenaline.
He's just done with it. He's got no more?
Okay, so she's looked at this BME website for all of 30 minutes, and she's just like, all right, I know what to do.
This is what I'm doing now.
We're going to split your tongue and fuck your butt, and we're going to voluntarily remove your arms and legs, buddy.
Yeah, I looked at a website with some stretched ears on it, and now I know how to do all this.
Yeah, I got some ideas. It's going to take me 14 hours of surgery. I'd like to do it all at once, so chill.
Just hang out.
Yeah, and then during the surgery, it pans over to like her diagrams, and let me tell you, her diagrams are Victorian dressed men with curly wigs on, like pulling on a leg with a fucking like a dollar store hacksaw.
Yeah, like a dumb, dirty plague doctor bone saw.
Yeah. Oh my god. So that's what she's going off of.
Also, this is where I hate this movie.
Okay.
This was when I decided that I hate this movie.
Oh, okay.
You made me sit through at least 5 minutes of rape. But we're going to pan to the diagrams for the torture.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you for doing that. First of all, I'd much rather see the latter than the former regardless of the situation. But when it's supposed to be earned, but you're not showing it, but you had no problem showing me the brutal sexual assault.
Yeah.
Fuck you as a director at that point.
You know what? Because I skipped by the whole thing, I didn't really notice. This is great points. These are great points.
If you're going to have one, have the other. If you're not going to have both, don't have either.
Or just have the other.
The
other was fine.
Yep, would have been.
That whole scene with the party didn't need to happen. Cut right to her doctor, just cutting this dude's arms off.
Remember that party you took me to? Hey, I got slipped a Mickey and I fell asleep. Cut.
Yep.
Cut right to the strip club.
Ugh. But here we are. That's just not what's happening. Just bad start to this whole surgery if you're using a hacksaw. That's just not.
Wait, if I'm on the table and that's what the first thing that the doctor pulls out, I'm like, should have gone to the other hospital.
You know what? In this case, like I wouldn't expect anything much better. Like given what has led up to this moment.
Yeah.
I'd expect hacksaw and like hammer.
Yeah, I would not expect anesthesia, as a matter of fact. I don't know why she even did that. So this apparently gives her the I want to do deep body mods bug.
Yeah, oh boy, she's caught the fever.
Yeah, and that fever, the only cure is splitting penises. Splitting penises and putting people's arms on other people's arms.
Right down the goddamn middle.
And she's so enthusiastic about it that simple piercings make her hate you.
Oh, yeah.
Better not come to me with just a fucking nose ring.
Oh, man. You just want something easy and simple that I'll get $80 for jamming a... Nah, get the fuck out of here. If I'm not putting marbles in your balls... if I'm not making your dick look like Jesus on the cross, we're done. Get the fuck out. I want to invert your dick and have it come out your eye socket. Let's go. Body modifications. Yeah. BME! She's like turned her whole apartment into a full-blown like surgery room.
Yeah.
How have her neighbors not caught on to this?
Her neighbors not caught on? The detective that shows up and talks to her like makes no mention of what's going on in the apartment.
Yeah. Oh, we're investigating you because you're on this list of girls that have been wronged by victims. This gentleman.
Let's just call them victims.
And it's like, we've got a whole list of women.
Mm-hmm.
Why bother looking? Who cares?
Doesn't matter that he's missing.
Clearly justice.
He's missing is for the best, yeah.
Justice has been served. We're done.
Assume vengeance. When you got a list of like 50 chicks that you've drugged and plowed, eventually one of them's going to get a hold of a knife.
I'll be like, look at this list. Case closed.
No problem at all. Are you sure you don't want to like check the swamp? No. If he's out there, good.
If he's out there, I don't know how he got out there. That's his own problem.
Yeah, he lives there now.
Yeah. Or he died. He dead there. God.
Mary's really not a convincing liar at all during this.
No.
So the detective comes up and asks her some fucking questions about the fact that he's been missing, whether or not she knew anything about it. Nothing that she says sounds like the truth at all. So this detective sucks.
Oh, I don't know why anybody would want to hurt him. He was an asshole, but I don't know why. I don't know.
And the fucking detective is probably because of the language barrier. He's like British or something.
Yeah.
He doesn't go, hey, yeah, you do. Because anybody else would.
Yeah, say 3 things. Say 3 more things about this.
Yeah. And then fucking Lance. So Lance is my favorite character in this whole movie.
He's like the bodyguard, right?
Yeah, he's the best character in the movie.
And what is he up for after this interrogation by the police?
Well, he invites Mary cordially back to the establishment for strippers and shrimp.
Titties and shrimp.
Titties and shrimp.
Titties and shrimp at the filth. I'm just not...
Even the owner's like, I don't know about this shrimp, guys.
Literally cut to the owner just like, oh boy, I ate a bunch of shrimp and it's not sitting well.
I don't trust our shrimp here.
I'm having diarrhea.
I'm in charge of the quality of the food and I haven't done my job.
And then he has like a sexy shrimp-induced daydream
about Mary doing a striptease that I didn't care to watch.
Just
that part I skipped.
Sexy diarrhea.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather put anyone's face on the face of what was dancing at the time because it was fucking Beatrice.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah. Just fucking maybe don't have her out there.
Yeah. That's a backroom lady. That's a bait and switch lady.
That's a Tuesday afternoon kind of lady.
Yeah. And you have to ask for her specifically because we don't bring her out.
She's on retainer. Oh my God.
Again, shitty overdub during this entire scene, and honestly, really fucked my shit up. I couldn't pay attention because all I was seeing was the lips not matching the words being spoken. And when I say that, I mean they dubbed it over with a different line than the lines the actors say.
And here I was trying to see if that was actually Roxy dancing or if that was somebody who just had the top half of her makeup on. That's what I was looking for. I was like, is that her out there? Because that could literally be anybody. Who knows?
Blatantly sexist. And then these twins show up and one of them just bites a tongue off for no reason.
Yeah. So fucking Roxy, the real girl, is like, hey, thanks for the nip slip. I know how you didn't want me to tell anybody about you. I told these two people about you. So you cut my nips off. This should be no problem what they want.
Let me tell you, those are not even remotely the same surgeries at all.
No.
Changing a limb is different than removing an areola. Mastectomies happen like once an hour. This no, not this.
This isn't like a surgery you do in your home.
No.
This you need wires and tubes and machines.
She fucking needs a helper for it.
She's literally putting rags over people's faces and then hoping they wake up in the end. She's literally just fucking Frankensteining.
Yes.
This whole thing together.
Well,
and then we come full circle.
And she's creating an army of Frankensteins.
She might as. I wish she was.
Yeah.
I whisk that she was.
This is where they drink those appletinis and then put them down on the table and they barely make any noise despite the fact that they slammed them down on the table. Mm-hmm. All of this conversation is voiced over. Even with the accent, you can tell that the fucking mouths aren't matching.
These aren't twins. These are just people moving at the same time. If you look closely, they're not twins. They got the same haircut.
I actually, interestingly, I thought it was just one person that they had copy pasted into the scene on the other side.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I got the sense that these sisters are pretty close.
Yeah,
with each other.
Yeah, you think they belong on Pornhub? Is that the vibe you're getting?
It seems like one of them would have no trouble getting stuck in a washing machine, while the only one who's home is the other.
With a fake dick on, or
yeah, well, probably you'd have to. I bet you these fucking wacky chicks. One of them probably just has a dick now.
Well, I'm picturing this scenario where they're like, "Hey, I'm stuck in this washing machine," and then the other one's like, "Well, here, let me grab you like a bowling ball." Like that's the only way that porno starts.
It's also how it ends.
So
again, no music in this fucking. It's dead quiet when Mary and Billy are talking to each other for the purpose of being able to hear the lines that they had to overdub anyway.
But so then we got these European vampire women.
Yeah.
And
by the way, Billy, heroin addict Mark Ruffalo.
I'll give it to you.
Yep.
These girls should mind their own business. This lady, Mary, has done nothing but tell people, "Hey, shh," and then these girls are like, "You should have a website. We're on it.
We could set up the website for you. You should be going public with this thing that you've tried to keep private for the entirety of the time you've been doing it."
Yeah, you know how you're not licensed to be doing this? Well, we got you a .com, bitch. They want to swap arms and
they want to swap arms and then they want to get those dumb dermals in their foreheads so that they look like Satans.
These dermals look like bath beads.
They do.
You know what I'm talking about? Those things your grandma kept and they were like little paintballs of soap.
They look like fucking prosthetic testicles that you give your dog after he gets neutered.
And they got this shit right in their foreheads.
Right in there.
I love the body modification thing. It's just like, here, this is what I want to look like. She looks at it and it's like a drawing of a dragon lady.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? We
can do that.
I was about to strip 2 days ago. I was ready to strip 2 days ago. I'm 1 year into med school.
Yeah, this is no problem.
I could cut your whole arm off. Yeah, we're going to fuse those bones. No big deal.
The music that she's playing on the CD player in this operating room while she's doing the surgery, the lyrics have to do with "I want your body in my body" and shit. Mm-hmm. It's okay, it's on the fucking nose.
Yeah. The strip club owner, I want to point this out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. the shirt he's wearing, did you happen to catch it?
Oh, the like Hawaiian.
It's a goat, and it says Farmulous instead of Fabulous.
That's funny.
It is.
Okay, I was thinking about the button up that he's wearing later on when he's got like the glasses.
Yeah, and he's like trying to get her to move away,
Looking like fucking Andy Warhol for no reason.
looking like the Vice City guy Tommy.
Yeah. Tommy Vercetti, I think his name, Vercetti.
Yeah, so they bring in like the help is a German doctor who's like and then
Speaks
she's like
2 words of fucking English total.
and he's like twins. Of course, the German doctor loves twins.
Right away, I was like, yup.
Right here, we got twins.
He was very busy in the 40s.
Oh boy.
During this, so she fucking makes them count backwards from 100 while they're being anesthetized. First of all, not only do they not count, but she doesn't even put the mask all the way on their face. And I know for a fact that if that shit's not right on your fucking face, you're not sleeping. You'll stay awake. You don't want to be for this.
Not for this. Nah, this backroom surgery, I would like this to be forgotten.
I would like to not know what happened until I wake up and see what happened.
I want to wake up long after it's taken place, not during.
Yeah. So after this fucking surgery, that's a success.
And yeah, it goes well. God fucking closed his eyes that day because it should not have, because you're severing arteries in a fucking likely the veterinary clinic.
The only reason why this is even remotely like understandable is because they are twins, which means they have the same blood type, so there's going to be a very low chance of rejection.
Sure,
but it is someone else's arm.
It's bone on bone surgery. You have to put bone together with bone.
Yeah, you do.
But hey, it goes well.
Well, sure.
Be hilarious if it didn't. Be just fucking hilarious.
They just come back, the arms are rejecting, and they're just like punching themselves in the face.
Hey, well, I told you. I like that with the chick who got her nips slipped. She had to be like, I can't guarantee that the outcome will be like the desired effect. I feel like you should be telling everybody that.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I'll cut your arm off, but
hey man, you might not have one later.
Yeah, I'm not a landscaper. I'll trim the tree, but it's gonna look fucked up, buddy. You really want to get a doctor to look at this.
So now we get Dr. Grant.
Yes.
We get Dr. Grant in like the basement of an industrial warehouse.
And it's not the Dr. Grant from Jurassic Park, guys.
No,
it's
I wish
not.
it was.
He's a rapist.
Yes.
This is not the Jurassic Park, this guy. This guy's a rape.
So he's being suspended by hooks, and he's got no arms and legs.
And it's really cool that like Mary can barely afford to live, but has this warehouse.
Enough to rent out a fucking...
That's pretty dope.
A storage container by the boat dock.
She's balling on a budget.
Yeah. Really defeats the purpose when you get to see the aftermath of what she did to her rapist without actually seeing the procedure itself. Oh, so I feel like I missed the good part.
Yeah, to be honest, that it was really the part of the movie I wanted to see.
I fell asleep during the climax.
I thought that was the movie. I thought that was the film.
Yeah.
Was what happens to this guy after he does a horrible thing.
Would have preferred it.
Yes.
Would have preferred it to what I've seen instead.
What I was led to believe that this was a very Saw-esque type movie.
Right. I wish I had remembered enough. Like, I don't know if this I had forgotten or I had repressed the majority of this film, but I remembered the ending, and that's it.
That's fine.
I had hoped that the movie itself was good enough, and let me tell you, it fucking isn't.
By the way, the ending?
Just go with your gut.
The ending isn't a firework.
No, it's fucking dumb.
It's a fountain. It's a sparkler. That's all it is.
It's one of those volcanoes that you get because it's huge and you think it's going to be sick, and then it just like pisses on your lawn for a minute.
Yeah, it burns your grass. So first of all, okay, look, again, she wanted nobody to know that this was happening. By the way, I gotta take pictures of you, doctor, for my website.
Yep.
And while
we're just leaning way in.
While she's taking pictures of this guy, she's like, they can like, I don't know, scan these or something. Bitch, do you not know how a digital camera works?
There's a little card in there. You just slap that shit right in the computer. There's no scanning.
She's like, oh, this one came out blurry.
What the fuck?
Take it again. What are you doing?
First of all, you got all the time in the world because it's just you down there. She doesn't end up having all the time in the world for a reason that I'm going to get into because it pissed me right off. But what exactly would you have scanned? The viewfinder?
They bring the picture up. They hit when they go look back to the pictures, just dump that on the scanner.
Perfect. This will go great on the site. So a fucking security guard, for some reason, walks up behind her like a fucking, like a silent specter.
Well, he just showed up on the job. Like, he hasn't been hearing the whimpers of this man suspended by meat hooks
for days.
By the way, that skin's gotta be just leather at this point.
Well,
it's
done.
Just stretched right out. Like, how is it not snapped?
Why did you choose to have your horrible torture hostage in a warehouse that's routinely patrolled by security?
Yeah, security, by the way, wearing, they must be some kind of sneaker. Because
it's a fucking moccasin is what it is.
This dude's a specter.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The quietest security guard. Those keys ain't jingle jangling. Your fucking handcuffs and taser, they ain't jingling around.
I feel like part of his job is to be like, hey, security.
It sure is. Checking. Also, where's the flashlight? You're in the dank, dirty basement of this place where heroin addicts hang out.
He fucking put it away so he could punch her dead in the face.
Yeah, he sure does that.
Because that's how he does it. Like, hey, hold it. Nah. Duh!
Yeah.
I hope you're dead, lady.
Not what are you doing here? Not this is private property and you're trespassing. Not what the fuck is this man you've done?
No, but then after he fucking knocks her out, he's like, it's okay, I'm gonna get you down. A, it's not okay and it's never gonna be okay again. B, being up/down is...
It makes no difference to me.
It's the least of his concerns at this point.
I don't care. Up, down, left. Tell you what. Kill me.
Yeah, yeah. Don't say that like it's gonna be a really fun. Hey, buddy, I'm gonna get you onto the ground here.
Oh, thank God! I was worried
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to know I can't walk.
And then to put the cherry on this sundae.
Yeah,
he's not even a fucking cop. I'm gonna go get cops, guy. You're all right. I punched her good. Don't worry.
How about get the cops then? Don't touch the crime scene.
Back away and call the cops.
Oh my God.
No, I punched this lady, don't worry.
He didn't punch her good enough.
No.
And then she promptly shows him what it's like to deliver a good blow.
Oh.
About 25 times.
Turns his head into pudding with the nightstick.
Yep. And you don't get to see that either, which was a waste of my time.
And somehow during this man with no arms and legs worms his way into a completely other room.
He sure does weeble wobble his way as far as he could possibly have gone.
How the fuck did he do that?
It's all in the shoulders.
And then Mary tases him to disable him.
Now I got the impression after this that he fucking died from that.
I think he did, but it's like
that's just mercy.
Just scoop him up.
Yeah. What's he gonna do? You can't.
Hey, stop wiggling.
One more for saves.
Yeah.
He's got his fucking mouth sewn shut. It's not like he's biting.
Right, I forgot.
You could just fireman carry him wherever.
It was tongue split too, so why did you even... He's not going to fucking say anything anyway.
He's also got in giant letters, the word liar tattooed across his forehead forever. Why bother?
That's really, that's fucking girl with the dragon tattoo right there.
Yeah, sure is. What, does she tattoo rapist? She probably does.
Something.
So this movie has just been ripped off from other things that already happened.
Hold on, because there's also more, too, when we get to it.
What, the fucking Ruby Real Girl scene that happens for no reason? Hey, boyf, you want to see my nut puss? And it pisses him off so bad. Now, that would, in my opinion, be something to consult with your partner about before doing. Any major surgery that's elective, I would say. People go, I was thinking about getting breast implants. What do you think? I was thinking about sewing my puss shut so I look like a Ken doll and having no titty part.
You know what? I think you're beautiful the way you are.
I appreciate that. I don't want to be sexualized by you. So when I show it to you, I'm going to be wearing a provocative house coat, and I'm going to essentially do a striptease. Because I don't want you to sexualize me.
So the next scene after she kills these men is that they're back in the strip club and she's eating with the bouncer.
And he, to his credit, this man is so nice that he noticed that she might be a little distraught. So he got many foods.
Oh, he got a lot of options.
Yeah, he did. And he goes for the toast. Explain that.
Hey, he wanted to make sure she was going to pick what she wanted.
Also, those cups are the fucking Vaporwave cups, because of course they are.
I was going to say like that, or like their Taco Bell has like a similar pattern.
Yeah.
But, all right, so hear me out.
Okay.
Because here we are. She's got the haircut. Straight across, black hair.
She's got a front Chelsea, but she kept it long.
There you go. She's sitting in a booth.
Mm-hmm.
She's drinking a milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
Pulp Fiction.
Hilarious. Not bad.
It
Now, Uma Thurman's hair is shorter than that, but I understand.
Yeah, when I was looking at them, like, this just looks like Pulp Fiction to me.
Yeah, I get it. Well, I can't remember if John Travolta had a leather jacket on in that or not. He might have. I think it might have been a suit, though.
Honestly, I can't picture him not in a suit. I think he's in a suit every fucking movie. It's a blazer of some kind.
It's not even clothes he puts on. It's just they're stitched to his body.
Yeah.
So fucking Lance tells a story about the time that a burglar fucking killed his mom. And I wish you were there for that. And then what do we do next, Matt? Well, we just cut to split penis.
Oh, we don't cut. No, hold on. Not quite to split penis. I wish it was to split penis. It's worse.
There's something else.
Yeah, the twins are, they're healed up.
Oh,
They've
right.
awoken from their coma.
Slumby? Yeah.
And guess what? They got some bandages on their head because they've got those implants.
The implants, and they got the elf ear thing.
But they're opening and closing car doors with both arms. Not a sling for that.
No sling. Keep it up. Keep it elevated for the next few weeks. Nothing. It's fine.
Slam them car doors.
I didn't even notice that.
But like, bandages on the head for sure.
Really happy that you pointed that out to me.
Yeah. One of them definitely puts an arm up like on the car doors.
Yeah, full range of motion on that arm that just got put on you for the first time.
Yep.
Perfect.
And then cut right to fucking cut open dick.
And cut open dick guy, for some reason, after being told that he shouldn't be jerking off yet, is like, you're tasty though. What is it with everybody in this movie waiting until Mary turns around to look at her whole body and like lick their lips like a salivating dog?
Hey, you gotta sexualize something.
She doesn't put out the whole movie.
What are you gonna sexualize Beatrice? You can't sexualize Ruby.
No, it's not allowed.
Yeah. By the way, this bloody dick surgery.
Yeah.
This is happening on the ground floor. You can look out and see traffic.
There's probably a
fucking
Tim
window.
Hortons across the road.
How
Somebody's
is-
just looking in like, what the fuck is going on in there?
Right? Like, they're just sipping their coffee. Is that a fucking octopus? What the hell is this man doing?
A hot dog-topus.
Yeah, nah, fucking, yeah, cut right to bloody dick.
Oh my god.
And then the cops are here.
Yeah, so during this conversation is when you see that Billy got the rape tape. He chooses to just watch that and then lie about having seen it later. This cop almost gets roofied, but is so nice that she's like, on second thought, this glass is dirty. There's a chip in the glass. I'll give you some more water. And then he didn't even drink it, so it's not like he was gonna.
I love just like, I gotta be hospitable. Let me get you a drink. Nah, I didn't ask for it.
Exactly,
don't do that.
Exactly.
Like, hey, no, I don't want that drink. Please
I'll do without.
Please don't pour the drink because I'm not gonna have it. Don't.
It's good.
Nah, you're gonna let that person be a good host and bring you the pill drink.
Waste of your decanted water. Don't trust anybody who hands you a drink without having seen it made. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I will continue to say it though.
Oh, please, be a fucking warning sign. Dude, this is my favorite part of the movie right here. This is my favorite part. Right after this interview with the cop.
Where Mary walks in on Billy getting the most begrudging head I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god, you missed it. You missed the best part of the movie.
What part is that?
So
Because I saw split penis, then detective.
During this thing with the detective, her phone's ringing.
It is.
And then when the detective rings, she answers it like,
Nana's fucking dead.
But you don't find out with words.
No.
You find out because seconds later she's like, well, fuck this, and deletes her contact. Did you pause it? Did you happen to take a look at the contact information?
No.
Because there wasn't any.
I just said Nana and nothing?
Literally was a picture of Nana, no number, no
God.
email. It's just
They didn't even try.
It's a very that's that way of dealing with your Nana's death.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed your last call, Nana.
Your
literal last call ever. And it wasn't even her that she was talking to. It was like a doctor probably. Like, yeah, your Nana, she's fucking dead.
Well, I need space on my iPhone. It's just so like matter like, well, fucking not gonna be talking to her anymore.
Who am I gonna discuss about getting my boyfriend fucked?
Like it literally, it went from the phone call to she probably hung up and was like, well, fuck it.
Yep.
And
all right.
Now cut to blowing.
Now you'll notice also, or you may have noticed that the last call with Nana, she had a cough and said, "Don't worry about me." So we knew she's on the ropes. Okay.
Yeah.
And she succumbed to the 1-2 punch.
She literally said, "Don't worry about me."
Yeah.
So she's trying to, make it easy. Make the grieving process easy by saying, "Hey, don't worry."
Yeah. So fucking, I don't remember why she goes back to the strip club. She just does. Walks in on Billy getting mad head despite the fact that she's infatuated with Mary, or he is rather.
And then he makes eye contact with Mary and he pops right in that lady's mouth.
Yeah, he does. And then says like, I can't imagine that's the first time that's ever happened.
And also, these new girls come in here without resumes.
Yeah, they do.
So when
they have a resume, it's just mouth based.
Thank God Mary brought hers.
Yeah, otherwise. Fucking, I hate in movies when something happens and then you find out it's just a dream sequence.
Thank you.
Billy's on his fucking laptop, probably watching the rape tape again, and then Mary comes up behind, and despite the fact having just seen him getting sick dome, tries to bang, and then he just wakes up.
Yeah.
Fuck you, movie.
Yeah. She like stabs him, and he's like,
yeah.
And then
fake stab also. Dream.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. I was like writing this down, and then it's a dream.
Yeah,
So
I had to cross out 3 fucking lines like that.
Yeah, like, this is fucking wild. I wonder why she's doing that. She must be going crazy. Maybe this is where it gets good.
Oh wait.
No, instead, that girl that was sucking off the guy, she finds her in the washroom and like throws her up on the counter and like goes to kill her, and she looks. She sees there was a camera. She's like, "Well, I'm not going to kill you because there's a camera."
She's already gotten out every surgical tool she owns and put them on the counter in the bathroom.
That's a good point.
That's
a good point. You're in the bathroom.
Don't worry about the cameras anymore.
Why is there a camera?
Why is there a camera? It's literally illegal to put cameras in bathrooms.
And any footage that camera is capturing is not going to be shown to the police.
No.
Because
surgical instruments on the counter are like the least worst thing that's happened in that bathroom today.
Yeah, the amount of peas that camera has recorded probably outweighs the murder that it
could have happened.
Yeah. All I'm saying is like that camera is incriminating in itself.
Yeah, so that's dumb because Mary attacks her for literally no reason. Mary attacks her for having watched her take out some scissors and knives.
No, it's the girl who blew him.
Yeah, she was hiding in the thing.
And then she was like, "Hey, wrong! You were in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong dick in your mouth." Is what she says.
That's true. She does say that. Oh dear God.
So yeah.
Also, like, why does it matter? Anyway.
Yeah, this whole fucking movie is confusing. Like, we shouldn't be having. This movie should be coherent. We should be like, yeah, this is happening because of this.
No, you got to figure it out, like solving a puzzle.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of movie watching.
Oh,
the difficulty understanding the movie.
I love having to take notes so that I can just go together with a friend and just figure it out.
Voiceover, more voiceover, fucking shitty overdub dialogue. At this point, it hit me that this woman has thrown away an extremely lucrative surgical career in order to split people's tongues for a living.
Hey.
What makes sense there? About what of that makes sense?
Not a whole lot of it makes sense, but I feel like she was probably getting tired of being called like a fucking rude by by this guy who's actually dead. All of her teachers are dead.
Yeah, they are.
So who's going to teach her?
Glossed over the fact that once Billy sees the rape tape, he kidnaps the other doctor and then just punches him a bunch in the basement.
Yeah, with a bag on his head. And that's why the cop shows up and it's like, hey, now this other guy's gone. Mm-hmm. This other guy who was rude to you. Yeah. Seems like a lot of rude dudes are going.
Here's my thing, right? The police investigation's happening. This fucking guy, whose name is Dr. Walsh, there's no way, selfish as surgeons are in this movie, he wouldn't throw literally everybody under the bus just to get the police officer to go away for a day and a half. Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, here's everything that I've done. Here's everything, and also it wasn't me, I was just the host.
Yeah, I feel like he's got enough money, he could probably... He'd be all right.
Yeah, he sure would. So fucking Mary goes home, gets a call from old Beatrice, she's all banged up.
Okay, all right.
Turns out it takes 2 punches in the face for me to give away an address. Although, with that being said, she wasn't really all that tight-lipped in the first place.
Yeah, let's slow down right here. Because, all right, she gets a call from Beatrice. Mm. What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
What? Because I can't understand the literal words that Beatrice uses over the phone.
Hey, Beatrice, why is your mouth all fucked up?
Oh, my husband.
Thank God for subtitles, dude.
There was something about like, hey, my husband was asking questions and I didn't tell him nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, she's already fucking told everybody
She's
everything.
told everyone within earshot about Bloody Mary. She's even got a nickname.
That, alongside, Mary didn't do any surgeries on her.
No.
She didn't make her the way she is.
No, she just is that, unfortunately. Get it out.
Why? Why?
Why are you poking your weird mousy nose in things that you weren't even involved in? Thanks for helping out my friend. I'm going to betray the one thing I promised you.
But not even that. Like, why is he so mad? Why is he beating his lady? This lady did nothing.
At all.
And to this man.
Well, to that man, this lady provided a vehicle for her or his girlfriend to get her shit all fucked up in a way he hates.
Wait, was this not Beatrix's girlfriend?
No, this is Real Girl's boyfriend.
Oh, I understand completely now. This all makes sense. That's why. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Here we go. See,
it.
I was like, why is Beatrix's husband so upset?
Uh-huh.
This girl did nothing to Beatrix.
No,
this is Beatrix's own doing.
Because when you see somebody's lip quiver, you know there's vengeance coming.
Yeah.
So this is Real Girl's boyfriend.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see. You should, look, if you're going in for an extreme surgery that closes up your hoo-ha, let somebody know.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need their permission, but be like, hey.
It's a nice dinner table conversation. Just this is what's going on with my life lately.
Don't be freaked out next Friday.
Yeah.
When I come home.
When I take the house coat off next, don't have a stroke.
When I need help peeing.
Because I can't now.
Because I need somebody to hold a bucket. Because it comes out somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know where. Don't be... all right, yeah, no, you... Come on, you should have been like, hey, listen.
I didn't even think about how she can't piss now.
So what happened to Ruby? Is Ruby okay?
No, Ruby's probably fucked right up. We don't get to know what happens to her.
Because he's going to undo all that work.
Yeah.
All those stitches are popped.
Oh, he's going to open that hole. Probably.
By the way, in the beginning of the movie where she actually goes to look at Ruby's website, and she looks at...
pictures of her tits.
Yeah.
Just pictures of her tits out.
Yeah. So, like, is she mad, though? Because, like, that's clearly photoshopped.
Yep.
Like, there's not a single scar. It's been, like, 2 days since the surgery and this.
And it just, it looked completely healed. There was no nothing.
Either she's Christ.
Yeah.
Or this is Photoshop. And if it's Photoshop, just wait till the healing's done.
Yep.
And then...
take the picture.
It's just so much... It's just...
Dumb.
Okay, just finish them.
I'm just going to wrap this up in about as much time as it takes for the movie to actually end.
Yep.
Beatrice goes, hey, just so you know, I gave your address to somebody who just beat the shit out of me and wants to kill you. Bye. Don't know why you wouldn't call earlier. He's in the apartment already. There's a scuffle. She gets stabbed. She does something to him at the same time. I don't remember what.
I think she stabs him back.
Okay. And then they're both laying on the ground. She's bleeding out. So she crawls over, stitches herself back up, and then fucking dies anyway.
Would you like to know why she dies?
Probably because you do a horrible job on yourself when you do that.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, you're right, because she wasn't looking. Mm-hmm. I'll give you that.
You can't see because it was in your stomach.
Yeah. In my... Look, I'm not a medical doctor, but in my opinion...
Not even a regular doctor.
Thank you. I'm not. In my opinion, she died because sewing herself up. It came second to dragging that wound across the cold, dirty concrete.
That's true.
Raw dog. No alcohol wipes. And then she just was willy-nilly
didn't really inspect the damage.
Like a sweatshop worker, just...
Probably did more harm than she did good.
Doing the motions. All right, get this shoe out of here.
Yeah. So that I don't lose a hand.
Yeah. Turns out she dies despite her efforts to sew up the hole. Not even looking at what other...
Didn't take a gander at the wound itself. Just like probably just like felt two parts that are supposed to be together and went, oh, those aren't.
Yeah, that's got to be the worst of it. I'm gonna sew that up. My body will heal the rest.
I'm sure it's just a flesh wound with the knife that was in me.
Yeah, there's no way that goes into my guts, and and now my guts are loose in my body, just like a bag of Skittles in a backpack. Nah,
1 pound Whoppers. You're sneaking into a theater.
Don't worry, I sewed myself up. I can.
Fuck.
I'll be in tomorrow.
Dumb. Yeah. Into what? Anyway.
And then the cops come and they discover her book of like the book she shows people when they come into her studio.
The evidence of her crimes.
Her tattoo flash piece, if you will. The booklet you look through and you're like, I want that done to me.
Nobody's looking through that booklet and going, I want that done.
Yeah, no, like literally.
About the man with no arms or legs right there hanging.
Fuck, I've got a fetish. And look, this might seem weird. I don't know if you've done this before, but I can only pop if I've got no arms and legs. I gotta be hanging from 2 meat hooks in a dark room. Now do that to me, I'll give you 10,000.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, no, everybody who looks in that book, she's like, hey, use your imagination. You don't have to be restricted to what's in the book. I'm looking through this book. That's probably for the best. I'd like a nose piercing, please.
Matter of fact, take this book from me.
Yeah, my word. This is all practical effects, right?
Fuck. Now, it is worth noting that there's no CGI in this movie, but
cool.
Your practical effects were fucking wasted on the rest of the movie being shitty.
How did they just have to do with no arms and legs?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, probably. When they cut to the close-up shot, it looks like he's standing. When you don't get to see his no legs anymore, it just looks like he's standing up because he's swaying. And the crux is not at the top where the hooks are. He's moving back and forth as if he were on the ground with his feet. So
like his ankles are getting sore.
This fucking movie's dumb as hell. 4 out of 10.
I apologize 1,000. 4.
Yeah.
Wow. I did a hard 3 over here.
I like split tongues. I think they look cool.
That's cool. I like movies that are horror movies.
It's a dramatic horror. Okay. Like Fatal Attraction.
It was on a list of body horrors.
Yeah.
And I thought I was doing Canadian cinema a deed here.
Yeah, you thought you were doing a fave to all the underappreciated Canadian cinematographers. Turns out none of those were actually involved in this movie.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, like until you mentioned that article, like I was like, I feel like I have seen this, and if it hasn't been at your place,
I again woefully underestimating the number of movies I've forced people to watch after they're wasted in my basement.
Yeah, if it wasn't this movie, I saw this on like Showcase,
probably
late at night.
It's a Showcase movie.
Honestly, Beatrix's face is burned in my memory. I saw that and was like, oh, I recognize
That's the face of a scary apparition you see before you die.
Yeah, and I gotta say, if it wasn't on Showcase, probably at your place. And I probably put on American Merrick's. I'm like, what is this, porn? It's fucking...
It looks like it for the fucking poster.
It's 11:30 p.m.
Some hooker with a bone saw. I'm gonna see something interesting.
What's going down on Showcase today? Yeah. Oh, boy.
Not a single violently scratchy couch rub scene in this whole movie.
No. I'm pretty sure at one point in this movie, somebody just does this with a microphone.
I'm sure that's true.
I swear to God, like mid-conversation or while she's handing... She's like handing something, you just hear like a...
That was probably the post-effect sound they wanted for the drink tray.
Well, we want this to sound like a microphone brushing up against a corduroy couch, please. All right.
Who wears corduroy anymore? All right.
It's over. We're done.
Yeah.
No more.
We're just going to move right on past this.
Please. This never happened.
I've got 4 themes here for you.
Thank God.
The first one is medical students doing horrible experiments that backfire.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I have making ends meet as a theme because she takes this job so she could pay off her student loans and her phone bill.
Uh-oh.
I have just Catherine Isabel, because that's the name of the actor. And you probably know exactly what fucking movie that is.
I have an idea.
And I have fucked up faces.
Catherine Isabel, fucked up faces.
Medical students doing experiments that backfire. And making ends meet.
Oh, God. To be honest, these all sound like a lot of fun.
Yep.
Except for the ginger snaps. So I think what I'd like to watch.
Don't even bother trying to hide that.
I'm between Making Ends Meet and Fucked Up Faces because it's both. I mean, medical students with experiments. I'm done seeing surgeries.
We've done quite a few. Yeah.
Let's go Fucked Up Faces.
I couldn't not have something like that on the list. I figured you wouldn't pick it.
That's okay.
Fucked Up Faces?
Fucked Up Faces.
Watching House of Wax.
Paris Hilton.
Yep. That exact reaction.
Oh, Paris Hilton.
Listen.
I'd rather Perez Hilton.
Paris Hilton's existence in that is offset by Alicia Cuthbert.
Okay, we're good.
All right?
All right.
There is something good to look at in there.
Hey, look, you're keeping it in line. It's a Canadian actress.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Popular Mechanics for Kids for all of the 2 people listening who are over the age of 30.
Hey. And for those of you who are over 30, congrats.
So aside from Ginger Snaps, which, yep, you just knew that, for the medical students, we were going to do Reanimator.
I almost put that on the list as well.
Mm-hmm. And for Making Ends Meet, Haunting in Connecticut.
Okay.
Because it's a kid with cancer and they move into a shitty haunted house in order to get closer to the hospital.
Damn. All right, that would have been an all right one. Some ghosts up in that bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
House of Wax.
House of Wax.
Pretty sure it's got a 3 out of 10 on IMDb.
Hey.
Which is what this movie should have on IMDb.
Oh, honestly. I want to give it less than 3, but it was a film.
Yeah, it exists.
There was mild gore.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single scare. Not a single spook.
No.
Nothing.
No, none of that.
It wasn't even really body horror.
It's the one guy.
Scroll through B&E. That's it.
Scroll through fucking just bmezine.com. They have a free section and a subscription section. Don't know why you'd ever get a subscription to that, but feel free. And
you gotta see it.
You're gonna see better shit than in this movie anyway. Matter of fact, I just saw a guy get, I don't even know how the fuck you would do this, but it's an earring in the conch that is sideways. So it's like a double piercing with one ring, it looked like.
Oh, weird.
Very weird. Anyway, people are doing some crazy shit out there, all right?
A lot crazier than this.
Yeah.
Well, that's the podcast.
I hope you enjoyed listening to us really struggle to make this entertaining at all, because it sucked so bad.
Look, we're so close to 2 hours, and that's fine. It doesn't deserve 2 hours.
Again, I'm shocked we made it this long. It's Frankenstein's Army all over again.
Anything to end the podcast with?
House of Wax. Paris Hilton's second best movie. You know what the first one is? It's called A Night in Paris.
I couldn't think of another movie.